post-fight press conference with Regis Prograis, Bobby Benson, Kalle Sauerland, Camosa's Chief Boxing Officer, and Sam Katkolski. Sorry, Sam.
He's Jewish.
I would like to give the word to Camosa's Chief Boxing Officer, Kalle Sauerland, for his words on this quarterfinal.
Yeah, I think we saw, as we just said in the other press conference, we saw first class, top level, absolute elite athletes in the ring. We saw, we had a great atmosphere in there. It's been a great fight week in New Orleans, and I think the man to the right of me showed from the 6th round on, when he really got started, why he's very much the favourite on this side of the Atlantic to win the tournament. He showed amazing slick skills, punching power, range, in and out. Credit to the trainer, I thought very cleverly planned out performance. I really felt that going into the 6th round there wasn't much in it. It was a pretty level fight up to the 6th, and then you felt like he shifted gear. You know, he went over to the crowd and doing some of your hands with the crowd, and they were jumping up and down, and he you know, he sort of shifted gear and went into I don't know if that was his overdrive, but he went to another gear, and then you saw the difference. You know, it was straight away the knockdown. Credit to Flanagan for making it into an entertaining fight. His counters after the knockdown, I was very impressed with. I think everyone enjoyed watching it, but it was a very much a stellar performance in the second half of the fight. Very impressed.
Thanks, Kalle. Regis, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, I feel amazing. Really, that's my 23rd fight, and it's like the most fun I ever had in the ring. You know, I went 12 rounds. Most people, the critics say, "Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I only have power." Now I showed I can box, I can be slick, I can bang, I can do so many different things. Now, you know, maybe they'll give me more credit than just having power.
And was it your plan to shift gear after the 6th round, or what was your game plan?
I mean, my game plan always is to go out there and do me. You know, whatever I see open, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I went out there and I had fun. I went to my crowd, went to see my people and all that. I told them stand up and all that type of stuff, because like I was having fun. I was out there really enjoying myself, like having fun. So that's kind of why I did it. You know, I'm glad. You know, I went 12 rounds. Flanagan was real tough. What that was, 8th round. I dropped him in the 8th round. He was hurt. But you know, I didn't want to go in rush and nothing like that. I just wanted to go out there. Like I said, I went out there and I had fun tonight.
Thanks, Regis. Bobby, what do you think of your fighter's performance tonight?
I thought he fought the perfect fight. You know, he fought smart. He boxed. Honestly, I gave maybe Flanagan 1 round. I don't know how they had it, but I thought Regis just put on a clinic the first 6 rounds, and then when we saw Flanagan starting to flatten out, we started taking it to him. So. The perfect fight.
And was this the plan from the start?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We teach boxing lessons.
Regis, you will now face Kirill Relik. He's a world champion. How do you see this matchup?
To be honest, I never really watched him fight. To be honest, I watched him fight when he fought. I think he fought a day after me when Mikey Garcia fought. What's his name? Whatever. He fought Mike Garcia on the guard. I saw him. Yeah, in San Antonio. I saw him fight, but I mean, I don't study fighters. That's not what I do. That's Bobby's job to study fighters. I'm just looking forward to it, and I just don't think nobody's gonna beat me. You know, like I can do so many different things. So now, what can somebody prepare for? Like, what can they do to prepare for me? You can't do nothing. Like, who you gonna spoil, Manny Pacquiao? You can't prepare for me. Or Errol Spence or something like that. Like, you cannot prepare for me. I can do so many different things in the ring. I can go forward. I can throw power shots. I can be slick. I can be defensive. I can do so many different things. And I mean, it's nobody can prepare for me.
And how was it to fight in front of your hometown fans?
I mean, last time I fought here in July, you know, I fought here and I was kind of nervous, but this time it was totally different. Like, I had fun. Like, from round 1 to round 12, I went out there and I had fun. So, I love it, you know, and hopefully we bring it back, right?
Next
We
time,
might
the
bring it back. We
Pelican
might.
Arena next time.
Pelican Arena, but we gotta do better on the promoting side. And we got the other teams and stuff like that, New Orleans team and stuff. So, but I think we gonna bring it back. Everything was like real good. The promote, I think as far as like the production was excellent, and like hopefully we can bring it back. It's up to this man.
Bobby, how do you see the fight against Relic?
Same thing. Relic's tough as nails. Everybody in the tournament. I mean, look at Yiget. Everybody talked about him like he was nothing. He gave Baranchek a tough fight. So everybody in this tournament's going to come to win. Relic's definitely, he's tough as nails. He comes right at you. So, we'll see what happens.
And Sam, your words on the fight tonight?
I mean, he told me 2 months ago he's going to box. He's not going to let him touch him. So you saw a lot of that today. He like he said before, people talk about him being a puncher. He can box. He can really, really box. And I'm happy with his performance. I love it.
And this came from a headbutt. Don't get it twisted. It's not a punch. This is a headbutt. So I barely got touched tonight.
All right, let's open the floor for questions.
Regis, 2 questions. First of all, can you talk about seeing that opening for that punch in the 8th round and how different that was, because he was so well defending in the rest of the fight, and how patient did you have to be tonight? This is not your usual style, and you and Bobby worked on it, but still it seemed like once the fight started, you had to show great patience.
Nah, this actually is my usual style. Really, this is what I can do in the gym. Now the world is starting to see what I can really do. But when in the gym, when I'm training, when I'm sparring with middleweights. So this is like how I really fight. So, but I know I hit hard. So most of the time, if I hit somebody in the first round and they making noises, they stuff like that, I know I can hurt them. So I'll go out and go get them. But Flanagan, he had he was real defensive, just like you were saying, and I opened him up. I kept jabbing. I was killing with the jabs all night, and I opened up and I seen it. And but it was actually hard to get it because I hit him a few times with that same overhand left hand, but I hit him on top of the head. So I was like I was hurting my hand and stuff like that over and over again. So I really had to wait, and that one it was perfect because it caught it right on the jaw.
Regis, they denied you Ramirez, but now you win tonight. Now you've got a World Boxing Association title shot. Can you just reflect on your path to this point? You finally get your title shot. You won that one, and then you're fighting for 3 belts and the Ali Trophy.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ramirez got his own pad now, and I got my own pad now. The World Boxing Super Series is a great thing because, like I always say, like fighters, we fight for 2 things: we fight for the belts, we fight for the money. And this thing, it's both of them. So I'm just glad that this is going on in boxing because, to be honest, most of the fighters in this tournament would not get paid like they would outside the tournament. So I'm glad, and if Ramirez if he still stays undefeated, and if hopefully I win the whole thing, then yeah, we can get it on later down the road. But I mean, right now it's like he got his own pad and I got my own pad, and we gonna go like that.
We'll just quickly clarify something on Mr. Ramirez. So this is the real world champion here. There's no other world champion at WBC in my eyes. Ramirez received a very large multi-million-dollar offer to go into this tournament. This tournament is not, it's not about promoters. It's not, it's not affiliated to anything. It's a neutral body that promotes it. So there's no excuse not to go in. We're working together with Lou DeBella, who's Prograis' promoter. We're working together with Frank Warren. We're working with Eddie Hearn. We're working with all the promoters. So there's no excuse not to come in, and I said it with the cruiserweights last year, all 4 champs came in. If you don't want to step up, you don't want to step up, go box some voluntaries and earn some lesser money, but the money's in the tournament, the prestige is in the tournament. One thing you missed out, by the way, is the lights, the platform you're on. That you mustn't forget that if you look at Usyk, I said it in the press conference before, whoever wins the tournament skips 4 years in his career. He fast forwards. So it takes a brave man to go in, but the brave man, he who dares wins, and that's credit to the fighters in the tournament. That's what we aim to do. We aim to put them on a platform that they normally would not have, and of course, it's all about the, as you call it here, the green, the dollar, isn't it? The green, Not referring to something else.
The paper, just say the paper.
The Benjamins, the Benjamins.
The paper, moolah, cheddar,
moolah,
wow, everything.
The moolah I understand as well.
There you
So,
go.
there you go. But, you know, it's obviously about that. You know, it's the Champions League of boxing, and that there, for me, everyone who steps up to the plate, whether you know, they win or lose, they've stepped up. So they're champions in my eyes.
See, and I didn't even know he got that big old $1 million offer, Jose Ramirez. So see, it showed you right. He could have. It showed you right. Because he was had to fight me first. That would have been his first fight. If he would have gotten his tournament, he would have had to fight me first. So, facts.
Champ side, Regis, you talked about how much of your style has undiscovered to the world because you haven't had to go in your bag. You dominated this fight. Do you feel like you had to show anything extra, or is it just, you know, you feel like you still have to go in your bag to show people what you can do?
I still can go deep down, and I mean, like, I went and I had fun. Like this, I mean, that's for like for me, boxing is to have fun. So like tonight, I just went out there and I had fun. It's not like I had to dig deep down and nothing like that. Like I went out there and I played around and I had fun. I was smiling, I was laughing, I was talking to him, and I went to the crowd and told everybody to stand up. Like I went out there and had fun. So people, you can still expect me to keep getting better and keep doing different and more things, because I can, basically. I'm not just a power puncher, I'm not just a boxer. I can do so many different things, you know, so I can change it up whenever I need to.
It's Brandon, BNboxingNews. What were maybe some of the major adjustments or adjustments you made from your previous fight in New Orleans where you felt you got hit a little bit too much to this fight where you really didn't get touched outside of the headbutt? What were some of those adjustments made in camp?
I mean, for me, it really wasn't no adjustments made in camp. It was just like a mind thing. Like the first time I fought here, it was a lot of pressure on me. It felt like work, and I always said, like, for me, boxing is fun. So tonight, I went out there, and I keep saying it, like, tonight I went out there, and I went out there, and I played around, and I had fun, you know. The first time I came, it felt like I said, it felt like work to me. I did some things that I wasn't supposed to do before the fight last time. I learned from those mistakes, and now I went out, I was just totally just relaxed tonight, went out there and did my thing and had fun.
Regis, you were talking about getting the crowd pumped up. It got really quiet in here about the second, third round. You think you had folks that came here looking for a quick knockout, a little nervous, wondering what was going on?
Yeah, probably so, you know. Yeah, they probably came out looking for an early knockout, you know, but I really didn't want to do that this time. To be honest, I don't think I could have did it against him because he was tough and I was like hitting him in the top of the head and I was hurting my hand a little bit. But I mean, I wanted to go out there and box, and you know, I think that was their plan for me to like come forward and try to catch me. But I wasn't doing that tonight. I went out, like I said, I went out there and I wanted to box around. And I had a beautiful jab. I need to go watch the fight because I was impressed with my own self.
And that was your first 12-round fight. Can you talk to us about that and how that was for you as a fighter?
Fun. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's fun for me. Like I went out there and I enjoyed myself. You know, like I said, I do it in the gym. So it's only a few people in the whole world that really knows what I can really do. The only people like sitting around me right now is my trainers and stuff. That's the people that's in the gym with me. But most of the people, they think, oh, he's just a power puncher. He only can go and hit somebody hard. But for me, I know exactly what I can do. So, like I said, I went out there and I did my thing and I enjoyed myself.
And he went to this. Go ahead.
Hi, Henry York, Henry's Big City Photos. 2 questions. Number one is, you know, in a city like this where there's so much going on, and you were promoting and boxing, how hard was that, and how tough it is? You know, there's something going on every week to get to. This is like college. This is like so many things going. How are you going to go over to the Smoothie King Center, the Blender, try to get a bigger venue and get more people involved? And number 2, I know that you're a native of New Orleans East. I got it right this time.
Yeah, last time you said from the 6th wall. I don't know where you got that from.
You know, I spend so much time. I just want to say, how is it important for you to be a role model for all the children and all the people to do some community work? I know you live in Houston, but your roots are here, and I know your family's here.
Yeah.
So how important is that for you to be a role model?
Yeah, I mean, it's real important. You know, I want to start doing the community work and stuff like that. Last time I fought here, I fought here on a Saturday night, and I literally had to go to Russia on Tuesday, so I really couldn't stay. And I stayed over there for a little while, and then of course I went to Brazil for a month. But now, this time I'm gonna stay, and hopefully we can set some stuff up, strictly business. Hopefully we gonna set some stuff up, and we do some community work, with the kids or whatever, And as far as like you said with the promoting thing, I know like New Orleans is like a party city of the world, you know what I mean? So it is gonna be hard to promote boxing. And try to compete with all that other stuff we got going, But like I said, that's not my job. That's what the promoters and all that. All I gotta do is keep winning. You know what I mean? Like for the people that didn't come tonight, well, they missed it out. They missed out basically. For the people that out partying and Halloween, doing whatever they gotta do tonight, like they just missed out because I think I put on a real good performance. This was a real nice production. And, they word them out. New Orleans is a small city, so word them out, go get around. Like, y'all better come next time. So hopefully, we go to Smoothie King or whatever. We fill this place up, again next time. So, but all I got, my daddy always tell me, keep winning. That's all I got to do, keep winning. I ain't worried about nothing else except winning.
This is Nixon with BNboxingNews. Did any of his punches hurt you during the fight?
No, nothing. I didn't get hurt one time, not once.
And where does Flanagan rank as far as your opponents out of all the ones you faced? Being that he went 12 rounds, was it just the style you fought, or is he the best fighter you fought?
I wouldn't say it's hard to say who's the best and stuff like that. I wouldn't say he's the best. He's definitely tough, and he has it is like people say before I went to the fight. It's hard to look good against somebody like him just because of his style. He has a like irky jerky style. He's real tough. He actually, he's real dirty on the inside. Like, he pushed my head down a couple of times on the inside and stuff like that. He tried to throw, like I said, headbutts and all that type of stuff. But, he was a real tough dude, and his biggest thing over me, he had the experience. I got 23 fights now, and he got 35, so that's a big, big difference. And then this is my first 12-round fight. This dude been going 12 rounds for 10 years, or I don't know, however long, but that's the biggest difference. So I knew that I wasn't gonna go in there and just, I didn't even want to go in there and try to just walk him down and walk through him and stuff. I knew I had to go out there and be smart and box, and that ended up being fun for me tonight.
You mustn't forget, Flanagan was a world champion, never lost his title, gave up the title to go up in weight. So I think, Regis has obviously his opinions from inside the ring, but if you look at it as an expert or look at it on paper as statistics, he's an absolute first-class opponent, and he made him look ordinary. Amazing performance by Regis. Just on your question before, when you promote an entertainer, and he said it about 10 times now, that he enjoys himself in the ring, I really got the feeling sitting there watching him. It's not that he says he enjoys himself in the ring, but you really feel it when you're watching him. It's the first part of the fight. I mean, there was a bit of posing going on there. I could see like shadow boxing, and it was very, very slick. But then when he cranked up the gear, okay, I don't know if it was meticulously planned by the corner, but that the knockdown immediately came was almost like a little bit of a script book writing. But in terms of promoting locally here, I think the promoters build them up before the tournament. Lou DiBella has done a great job locally here, and obviously the local teams here as well. It's always important to promote locally. I was last night in the Smoothie King Center, I believe it's called. I watched the game, not that I'm a basketball fan, but just to look at the venue once. That's where you've got to be really, because it's in town. We have a tough schedule. We go 6 weeks back to back. We come from Japan, Russia, Orlando. Next week we go Glasgow, then to Chicago. We can't really mess around with times and dates, and the venues are what the venues are. And I should be in the venue business because they're always booked out. And that's the place that this town where you need to be with boxing really, because even if you don't fit it straight away, it's in town, but you compete here. I mean, against everything. We didn't want to go up against Voodoo Fest. I didn't know what Voodoo Fest was when I heard it. I thought it was a joke. And I realized, shit, man, this is real. And everyone's like dressed up in town, and I'm like, okay. But we had to go this weekend. So I think we had a good crowd in there tonight. It's a crowd we can build on. And like Regis said, this is the biggest light show in boxing. This light show travels around the world. It's the biggest stage to put them on, the way they walk into the ring together. And that's something that, through word of mouth, those people who were in there tonight, they'll be back, and that will grow and grow.
How do you feel about performing in places like Harris or like one of the movies like The Civic, just because of its location. I mean, I think it's only maybe like a $2,000 or $3,000 venue, but you're in town.
Yeah, I mean, there's more than 3,000 in there tonight now, so I would like to go. Well, no, the next crowd has to be 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. You know, that's the goal. You know, especially when you get to the semi-finals. You know, it's two world champions fighting each other. It's a unification in my eyes. So you know, that's a bigger fight again. You know, quarterfinals are good, but semi-finals are better, aren't they? You know, so you know, and that Superdome I love for the final. You know, I think big.
Maybe airline with the shrine on the airline also.
Yeah, but you know, if you put a fight into a certain venue in a town, an iconic venue, you will automatically, doesn't matter whoever's fighting, people will say, okay, that's big time boxing, and that's what we need to be with this. This is I mean, so you see the setup tonight, so it's a it's a very, very large setup. It's got rave reviews in the first year, and it's something that I think will continue to come to New Orleans. We love this town.
All right, let's have a last question.
So what's next for you? I know you're going to, enjoy your vacation, take some time off, but how soon are you going to get back to work and getting ready for your next fight against Relic?
Not much vacation. It's not much vacation. But looking at him, he doesn't really. He could probably go back in the ring tomorrow. So no, I would say. I would say it's going to be in the first quarter of next year. I can't say too much right now, but the event division are already busy blocking venues, and like I said, New Orleans is high up on the list.
All right, this concludes our press conference. Thanks to Kalle, Regis, Bobby, Sam. Thanks to everyone for showing up. Good night.